Okay. This would be the Onyx Boox M96's text-to-speech voice. I imagine that it would sound a bit like a HAL 9000. Like HAL, it has a few bugs. The M96's text-to-speech doesn't work. That is, unless transliterating white noise or snake sounds. It does that well, and it does it via the mono headphone jack whenever you activate any function. This is my computer's voice. A narrator should allow you to read, annotate your reading, and manipulate your annotations. As with a three-legged stool, 2 out of 3 isn't enough to stand on. Here, you see the M96, which doesn't have a manual. Open the M92's manual to page 15, Annotation. Handwritten annotation, previously called Sketch, is now called Scribble. As you can see, Onyx Reader has trouble erasing scribbles. This trouble is greatly improved by the latest firmware update. I could not find any official M96 manual or instructional video, but luckily found an instructional post by a user in an online forum. Another forum post, by an Onyx distributor, contained a link to the latest update, which was not otherwise available. The latest update made Onyx Reader much worse, but included a new app, Onyx Neo Reader, which works much better. The Neo Reader allows good, handwritten annotation, smooth, quick erasure, text reflow, contrast control, and responsive scrolling. It's still buggy though. Its erasure leaves doodle boogers, its zoom flops, and its text reflow can lose a word or 3. The biggest annotation shortcoming is that there is no way to export or manage handwritten annotation. As shown in the next section of this video, from about 350, scribble changes made to one copy of a document are applied to all previous copies. It's not possible to make ad hoc copies by taking screenshots, power plus volume down. Speaking of which, the volume buttons are installed backward from the Android user interface. A bit eccentric. Altogether missing on this production unit was the advertised speaker and reset button, though it did include a speaker grill and buttonhole. The M96 is mono. Because it has a mono speaker jack, rather than a stereo jack wired for mono, headphones make sound only in the left ear. The casing itself feels nice in hand and, barring a few other details, such as the hardwired menu button being mislabeled as a home button, is good. The M96 can run third-party Android apps, including a web browser, but it's not a good experience without a means of zooming or competently translating color to black and white. There are additional menu options to fix the Chinese-English translation problem, which aren't reflected by this video. Some language translation remains awkward. The problem of file aliasing, and lack of any way to export reading annotation remains. The next section begins at 6:11 and shows reading scrolling problems, which are more or less fixed in the Neo Reader. The scrolling problems are largely fixed in the Neo Reader.